this afternoon segment is very aptly called Doing Good as One Community. So I think naturally, the spotlight should be on the community. We have members of the South Central community here, and I would like them to introduce themselves to you. Can I have the Farida, Noor? Over to you, please.
Hi, my name is Farida. Sorry you have to bear with my sore throat today, but I still will share. We are volunteers from SCC, and today let's start with our Kampung Spirit style. Can everyone just do this sign and introduce your name to the next person to you and say, I wish you enough.
It's a house.
Okay, so my next question is, does anyone know what October 17 is? October 17. Deepavali Eve, nice try.
Good answer.
Okay, it's actually a day where we have a day eradication of poverty.
It's an international day. It's a UN gazetted International Day for the Eradication of Poverty.
And we at SCC, the community, we actually has an event in October that we choose specifically because of this date. And we have this event called I Wish You Enough. Why we choose this I Wish You Enough is because we want everyone, the neighbors and everyone, to share whatever they have, their assets, their strengths, especially food, so that everyone has enough.
Okay, I see somebody after lunch all. Are you awake? Still awake, right? Okay, let's things spice up a bit. We will play. Okay, I have a towel, and actually, all my friends are around to pass a musical towel. Must dance, is it? Okay, we will ask Billing to on the towel. On the music,
On the
sorry.
song. Okay, just pass the towel down, straight down, or just to your left. It's okay, to your right, anywhere you want.
So our committee member will pass down the
yes,
towel, yeah.
we'll pass down the towel. Okay, so those who the music stop, please hold on to your towel. We continue. Okay, please just hold on to your towel.
Okay, those who have towel
Can you just
wave
raise
your
up the towel so we
One,
can see
two,
who has a towel?
4.
We must forfeit them, right?
Yes, correct.
Let's do this, man.
You must follow us to South Central now.
Yes.
No, just joking. Okay, the question is, what is the meaning of the towel as a committee to you? So who want to answer first? What's the towel meaning as a committee to you?
Okay, I have a speaker here.
Okay.
Round of applause. Come on for her courage.
Applause for Caroline.
Hi. I guess when I think of towel, I think of sweat. Because so actually in a community, whenever you go out, you go marketing or just go exercise or just help out, you always use the towel to wipe your own sweat and to wipe other people's sweat. So thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. Can we have another
Maybe
one?
this gentleman.
Okay, for me, when I see this towel, it brings to mind the towel can give warmth to others. Okay, especially when someone really need the care and love, and the towel can really provide the warmth. Okay, so the next thing is the towel can also help to clean the person's body, clean the person's emotion and his mind. Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, we got another lady here.
You are no need to go.
Okay, the towel is actually something warm to me because it keeps me comfort. I see towel means that it keeps me warm, it gives me comfort, it cleans me, and it's also to connect with somebody because when my grandchildren cry, you need a towel to comfort and to sleep. It can be it can be a comfort blanket. Yeah.
So the last, just pass the speaker to the back. One more.
I think for the towel, the first thought that comes to mind for me is warmth, like just what the rest has said. But I think that the towel is actually a very useful thing because from the very young to the very old, like when a baby is born, you wrap in a towel, swaddled, and keep the baby warm, and to the old as well. And it has actually a lot of uses, not only keeping warm, but also as a kind of a covering over the head, If it rains, this is what I do with my shawl. So just as an illustration, I remember that, the towel is like the shawl. I remembered that I went to a talk and it was very cold and my friend didn't have a shawl with her and she was shivering, but I had long sleeve, so I offered my shawl to her to use and she was really grateful because of that she could listen, to what was happening. So I think that, with whatever that we have, it is good to share with people who have a greater need of what we have. And many a times, I think we have abundance, right, in everything. And I think if we reach out to those who really have the need, it will really be a blessing to them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
What a great story. Okay, now actually
I want to explain.
In SCC, we use this towel as a symbol for movement. Let my friend here will explain to you.
Okay, for SCC on the board, this why we choose towel. Towel is an everyday, daily, and every household. I think every household will have a towel with them. So we choose this to resemble the I Wish You Enough movement. So we will tie. We will usually ask people to tie this towel or any other, not only this towel, but their own towel at their front gate to show the support of this I Wish You Enough, so that when you tie the towel and show the movement of I Wish You Enough, it also says that sharing everybody so that everybody have enough. Share what you have enough, more than enough, to everybody that who don't have to be enough. So by tying the towel, you just showing your support to the movement. I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
Yeah. I can talk, but because of my voice, that's why.
Yeah. Then for the 4 of you that get this towel, I hope you can tie the towel
to
in
your
front
gate,
of your gate
in support of our movement for I Wish You Enough. Will you do that?
Yay,
Yay.
thank you.
So now let's pass the mic over to Vina.
Yeah, but we also hope that this event actually tomorrow, but if you can't make it tomorrow, it's also to spread the word to different areas so that everybody have enough. You start as a neighbor so that if you have food extra, you can.
So I
pass
wish
to
you now
neighbor.
start in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Start in your neighborhood starts with you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Can I then invite them, my community members, to come on stage? Mr. E, yeah, thank you. I became a social worker, and many of you joined the helping profession. I think mainly because we want to help people. Yeah, we want to contribute to a bigger good. And for me, the passion is really about helping the people who are caught in poverty, in the poverty trap, especially families with children who are, who doesn't enjoy upward social mobility. And in all these years as a social worker, I thought I'm doing for the community, with our programs, with our services, with our many different activities that we brought to the community. I thought, we're doing a lot. But it is actually when I work with the community that I realized that transformation, change become sustainable. And therefore today, I'm very thankful that the community is here because they convinced me that the Kampung Spirit in modern day Singapore is very much alive. Yep. And among them, there is a gentleman, his name is JB. JB is over there. Yeah. And I'll let JB tell you his story about how helping others, stepping up for the community, has actually helped him to manage his own struggles.
我是义工林一鸣，他们这里全都叫我安哥JB。自从因为我太太过世的时候，我就无心去打理了，因为我公司全部都给我那些员工吃掉了。那时候就是垮下去了，就是没办法了。起初我也不知道我们本地有那些所谓的家庭服务中心啦，他们三番四次都来找我，我起初是不答应他们，我已经是属于那些需要帮助的人，所以他们想尽办法去要约我见面就对了，要来帮助我。现在我想来想去好像很亏欠他们这样子，因为他们真的是太有心了啦。我是认为好像说我们能够出一点好像绵力这样子，所以我就想用我本身的擅长就是灭虫的那些技术啦，所以就是出来做义工这样子帮助，好像说家里有那种害虫的问题啦，或者是有什么不能解决的，我去帮他解决。人本来就是要饮水思源，我希望愿意，所以就是跟这里的居民去建立这个花园。我们在这里也是属于好像一个大家庭这样，我们好像要吸引他们来这里。大家有时候好像说没事情啦，或者是有事没事都好了，好像都下来聊天啊。
So for JB, he has decided that, he wants to focus on what he has, not what he doesn't have. And he used a lot of what he has to also bless others so that others can have enough. JB also draw his strength from a community of gardeners. Many of them are here. Mr. E, Auntie Siulan, Auntie Rita, Auntie Nana. These are our seniors who contribute a lot of their time and effort to build this community garden in their neighborhood. And the produce are shared with the neighbors and with the families in need. So today I'm very fortunate to have Mr. E with me. Mr. E, together with about 15 seniors, were the pioneers of what we call the the Goodwill Community Garden. So I would like Mr. E to share about why is it so important for a community garden to start right. What are the important principles and philosophy that underpin a community garden that is truly belonging to the community. So 于大哥分享一下，跟大家分享一下，我们的青上花园是如何开始的呢？
就是我们的花园开始呢，就是一个偶然的机会来的，也就是说，他们那个家庭服务中心搬到我们主屋楼下的时候，在他开幕的时候，请我们那个居民去参加，就在那时候我们就开始组织起来的。所以有人提说，前面一个空地，我们来种些花好吗？所以一下子就10多个人就参加了，所以我们就决定一个时间，我们要怎样组织这个花园呢？同时呢，我们第一个用的就是要到那个豪森部申请这个地方让我们种花，但豪森部很快就批准给我们了，所以我们就筹备了一些东西，就是用具啦、那个肥料那些东西就准备好了。在我们动工的时候，我们都是20年时了，那个土地实在很硬，我们没办法的做了，就那个锄头锄下去也是弯起来的，不能够。在我们在请求那个豪森部帮忙我们，他们很快也是很给我们把那个土地翻新了，因为那个地是有30年没有动到，里面有石头啊、木啊，还有一个那枯树在那边，他全部给我们清理很好。就是我们做2个那个小丘给我们种花，同时它最要紧就是叫我们做一些有安全最要紧的。我们主屋呢，随时都在楼上会丢东西下来，他们丢东西下来讲，就是说我们在花园那边要给我们种一些花在那边围住，我们不可以这样丢得出去，我们要的就是从外面进去我们花园，用安全最要紧的，怕楼上东西掉下来就是这样。
于大哥，请问一下哈，开始那个花园主办花园，你们那一组60人次哈，你们是怎么样把那个基础打下来的？那个原则呢？为社区服务的基础打下来呢？
就是他问的对啊，所以我们就是做这个花园呢来种花，所以我们记得种花是每个家庭都有的。所以我们做种花是很普遍，不要我们的种一些草药，就刚才你说种一些草药这些东西，这个居民也可以用到的，所以随时居民可以用到，就是可以来拿的。东西就有几个问题，就是的，我们的花园呢，为什么没有围起来呢？你在新加坡看，每个花园都是篱笆围起来的，铁网围起来的，就锁住的，所以这样呢，就好像是那产业这样。我们要好像没有亲戚，所以我们就没有围起来的。像我们看花园这样围，就这样挨着篱笆，每个人很亲切，亲上来看一看。东西呢，他们居民用拿，随时都可以拿的。就是我们种的花呢，就是他们用来拿，我们更加欢迎的。就是我们种的东西，他们也是用，有人家用到，所以我们觉得很开心。同时呢，我们那个团队呢。就在我们这些节日，好像大日子啦，我们中国那个过年啦、中秋节啦，那个5月初的晚种东西，我们都是招待我们邻居的。你看我们那个这样围笆围起来而已。
谢谢你，于大哥，分享得非常好。So just a quick translate. Mr. E said that for a truly community garden. For a truly community garden to belong to the community, there should be no fencing. Yeah. So one of the success factor for a true community garden is no fencing, and also the fruits should be shared. The fruit is not private. So for him, these are the important principles that were laid down by the community when they started, and it has been 4 years. You know, when they started, people said not possible, but they do come across some problems with the garden. But every time there's a problem, they will turn it into an opportunity to engage the community. And in the past 4 years, they have shown us that when people step up and do something for the community and start believing in the Kampung Spirit, it can spread. So now the garden community is actually grown bigger and bigger. So I want to share. 于大哥，你要坐下来吗？还是你有补充吗？
我要补充一下。
你要补充一点，好。
就是补充呢，我们的节目呢，就好像大日子呢，我们的团队就准备一些东西，请到我们的那个邻居来这边庆祝，大家庆祝。在我们团队呢，我们不仅种族，马来族同胞也有，印度同胞也有，都是一样的来庆祝我们的那个一些节日。所以我们的邻里精神跟Kampung的庆典，我们做到的。
谢谢，谢谢于大哥，谢谢。So you allow for social integration as well. So the garden actually have people from all walks of life, different ethnicity, and sometimes we don't mix enough. Yeah, nowadays in Singapore, we don't mix enough. So the garden create a wonderful opportunity for people from different socio-economic strata, people from different ethnic groups, people from different ages to come together. And in building the relationship, they're able to then help each other. I want to tell you this story that actually the help not just extend to the local neighborhood. This gentleman here, Mr. Yuan, actually comes from China. So he was just quietly doing his own work outside near the garden, repairing the car park with a group of Indian workers. And every morning he saw this group of seniors diligently coming to water the plants, talking about the plants and the fruits like their babies, and get so excited when you see the fruits budding, and getting so upset when the fruits just wither before they turn maturity. So there's this winter melon plant that was growing so beautifully, wonderful, nice flowers, but just no winter melon. So they were like, discussing, I said, why? What did we do wrong? Is it the soil? Is it water? Or is it the sun, the location, whatever? And Mr. Yuan heard the conversation and came by. He said, back in China, I was a farmer. Do you know why there's no winter melon? No winter? Because of an urban garden, there's not enough bees and butterflies, not enough pollinators. Yeah. So he said, but don't worry, don't fret, I can teach you. This is a male flower, matured. This is a female flower, matured. You pollinate at 8 a.m. in the morning, that's the best time. And he taught them how to pollinate. And there, the fruit came. So how did they get to know the foreign workers? It's because the workers were working quietly. And every morning, the auntie would say, hello, you want to drink coffee? And all that kind of thing. And that's kind of very simple exchange, lead from one thing to another. And that mutual exchange of asset was just wonderful for not only our local community, but the exchange with the foreign workers who built our homes. But when we were going about doing this work, people were quite cynical. People were saying that, well, the Kampung Spirit, are you sure it's still existing in Singapore? Come on, move on. This is modern technology. Don't live in the past. But we're not talking about living in the past. We're talking about that spirit of caring for each other. And I think increasingly, that becomes important. I think we all know with the aging population, that becomes very important for the community to be able to step up, to care for our own seniors, for our own people. I find that it's very hard to build community, and there's this one phrase that I think speaks so well. They say communities are built at the pace of trust. And sometimes I feel that we have lost that trust. Yeah? Correct? We have lost that trust. And I think part of the reason, so I asked myself, why? Why as a professional, we don't trust each other anymore? Right? And for me, I'm not sure whether it applies to your other area. For me, I find that as a social worker, I'm very much often trained to look at problems and needs. So when I go to a community and I talk to a family or talk to anyone, when you talk about elderly, you think about their health, their needs, their problems. But we forget that our seniors is also a wealth of experience, a wealth of talent, and they have the time and the aspiration to contribute to the community. So I find that in our work, when we use an asset-based, community-led driven kind of philosophy, it builds the community. And so when we go to a community, we look for the strengths and the asset. And this community here today has volunteered the assets and strengths to share with you. I think Singapore has done a lot for our community. I think in the next 50 years, what we need is not more for the community, not more programs, more services, but really a lot about with the community. How can we get the community to take ownership? Because when the community come up with the ideas, they take ownership, and the ideas and the plans and the solutions become sustainable. And I think we hope to reach a day where the community will also come up with, will also fulfill their own aspirations by leading. And to me, it didn't take very long. It just took me 4 years, and I could see this whole group of community members who started this movement called I Wish You Enough movement. Just a small group of people with the aspiration that the neighbor hood should be a place where people, neighbors care for neighbors, so that our seniors can then age in the community, yeah, with people who care, Yeah. And so at this point, I think it's appropriate for Ng to share her story of her own struggle and how the disbelief and distrust in community has changed as a result of her own personal experience, and how now she is someone who stepped up to contribute to the community.
Hi everybody. I think I'm not old enough to stay in the kampung. But I stay in the flat, but the spirit's still there lah. Okay, at first I also, like some of you, come back, close door, mind your own business. So I don't believe in this committee, this neighborhood spirit, kampung spirit. Seriously, I don't believe. One day, I really, really need the help of my social worker. And what, if you know our system, we need time to process paperwork, everything. So my social worker say, why don't we approach the community to help? I have financial lah. If I didn't pay, my husband will go to jail lah. So I really need the cash, the money there immediately, means I don't have time to process. So my social worker and the South Central say that, why don't we approach the committee? I don't believe. My own family also don't help. Right? Sometimes, how can I believe that there's a people that willing to help me? So one day, I totally turned off lah. Don't know where to find, then just quietly. So one day my social worker called me and give me this envelope. So inside this envelope there is a cash. But this cash doesn't come from our sponsor, our rich people. No, they come all from the committee. They chip in. Even the student give in 50 cents. Inside the envelope there's coin. Yeah, I was unbelieved. Then I was touched by their goodness, their goodwills. They don't even know me. They don't even see me. I don't even beg to them. They just listen to my story and their willingness help me. And from that moment, I really think that there is still Kampung Spirit alive, and the communities really, really teach me a lot. There's like this uncle also help all of them chip in to help me. And now I proudly say that I'm out of debt, and my husband have own transport. So it's really start from the committee. It's not much, but for me, it's a lot. For them, it's like, I even thank the auntie all, but they say, $2, $3, never mind lah. But, you know, if all come together, really make a difference. You just imagine if my husband really go into the jail, what happened to me and my children. But because of them, the savior, I think they are savior, hope, make my life change, for better. Thank you.
So, you know, day in, day out, I had the privilege of being convinced that this caring spirit is still very much in Singapore. Sometimes a little bit dormant, but it's still there. So I will end with this few, that's Nor again. Okay, I'll end with this few, I think, important principles to remember. That actually people are the experts of their own lives. Yeah. Sometimes as professionals we are hard pressed to come up with solutions, but actually the experts are the people who are dealing with the struggles day in, day out. And when people who are facing the problem come together and participate in resolving their own problem, right, the solution becomes sustainable. Assets exist. They convince me many, and they have a multiplier effect. From 1, it spread to 3, 3 spread to 10. And these assets exist in the community, but they are often not recognized. They're often not recognized, and therefore they're not tapped. So every time at events, there's no worry about volunteers. There are a lot of people who come forward. And it is relationship that matters. Yeah? It's relationship that matters. Sometimes we focus a lot on the services, in the delivery of the services, on the transaction and the delivery of that services. But it is relationship that is important, that gels. And with relationship, people reciprocate. It becomes very organic. So all these events, the community will come together, cut the rojak ingredient, put everything together, bring in the pots and pans from home and all that. And another important principle for me as a professional is to lead by stepping back. That we are actually community enablers, not problem solvers, but community enablers. And we facilitate, we enable, we don't take over. Last but not least, an important reminder to be always strength focused, not just focusing on the problem. So if you string them together, if you string the first few alphabet together, what do you get? Pearls. There are lots of pearls, lots of gems in the community, in our seniors. We just need to discover them. And once we discover them, Singapore will be a much better place. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ng. Well, we just take some questions first. Does anyone have any questions? If you have a question, you can just go up to the microphone. No question? I've got one question. I realize that, for this particular, Kampung Roots, right, is very focused on seniors, gathering, galvanizing seniors together. Have you ever thought of also introducing the youths into it as well?
I focus a lot on seniors because we are concerned about the aging population, and I'm very concerned that we do not see our seniors as just people with problems and needs. We need to engage our seniors as assets, and a lot, really tremendous depth. But in our work, we bring people of all ages. Yeah, the young ones, and their children, the family comes with their children, and they're very young to the working adults as well. Yeah,
for my children, they also volunteer. They go outreach so that people get together also. But I think if we have to talk about children also, we need 1 hour or 2 hours.
Can next time we set up 1 hour, 2 hour for as well. 这个问题吧，大概要问一下你。刚才我看到一个照片呢，哇，你们木瓜呢种到那么大，到底是怎么样成功的？
这老实讲，我们这乐龄人士，都是在三八出来的，所以对这东西呢，多少是有经验来的啦，像肥料啦。土地的土质啦，这些都是有关系的，所以那么浇水方面也是有很大的关系的。
对，我跟你讲，我需要呢叫我先生真的去找你，他连那个胡姬花呢都种不了，好不好？谢谢，谢谢。Once again, big round of applause. Thank you.